Hello and welcome everybody. I hope you can hear me well. We'll be starting in another 5 minutes exactly with our host joining in. Thank you so much for being here early on. Right. Thank you once again. I hope you all can hear me. Just quickly, let's use the chat feature and then if you can hear me well and sound, welcome everybody. Right. So good enough. I think I can hear you. I can see most of you. Right. We're getting a lot of people in. I'll quickly get into. Right. Right now, I think we've just shared the screen with you just for the idea of it. How do most of us are using a lot of platform? If I can just quickly stop the screen and maybe ask you before I formally begin, what are the platforms that you're using? How many of you using Zoom here? You can, send a message to me and then probably I'll just open the for everybody. Yes, Walaikum. It's nice to see people from all across. Fantastic. So I'm getting a lot of messages. The people are on the Zoom. Of course, this is a Zoom session, so most of you are aware of the entire Zoom meeting. How many of you use also Google Meet per se? So a lot of us have been, looking at different platforms. So how many votes for Google Meet that we can see? Thank you so much, Salman sir from Delhi. We've got people from Kolkata, all across. It's nice to see all of you joining in. All right. So there, Ariba ma'am is on Zoom as well. I just messaged Jaspal sir, he should be around anytime. So far, what we have done and what we have seen in the previous three sessions, this is the fourth session since the pandemic began. We decided that we will do creative classrooms, and then a pun was creative class Zooms. We did a very basic first presentation on how to make PowerPoint presentation. The idea of the entire session started with some teachers saying that why are our PowerPoint not effective enough? Why are the children not enjoying? And we started talking about the GIF images, the PNG images. So any one of you want any of those presentations, you can always go to Sky Education TV, and I'm gonna send the message to everybody in the group. So it's on YouTube channel with Sky Education TV. So you can look at the previous sessions. You can even view some of the teachers sessions that we've done. We did a stand-up comedy for the youngest kids, 6 years to 8 years. Trust me, I was not expecting so much of participation. They aren't like most of us teachers who are glum and don't want to come up on the speakers or the mic or the videos. The kids were having a ball of a time. The next session on creative classroom was we did a previous session on mathematics. We had Divesh Bhatija, the founder of Unmatched, joining in, and it was a lovely session with Mr. Divesh, also a good friend of mine. And these are some wonderful people. In fact, I've got a small poll at the end of it to see what are the other sessions that you and I can hear out, and hopefully we can get started on that note. Fine. I'm seeing my friends all the way from Ernakulam and Kolkata. So welcome all of you, wherever you are. It's good to see all of you coming in, joining in, looking at the session. Fantastic, sir. It's so nice to see you. Give me a minute. Let me just welcome, sir. And then, How are you, Jaspal sir? Welcome.
I'm really great. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. Amazing opportunity. I can see plenty of people coming up here. Thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate that. Uh,
Sir, it is wonderful for the gesture that you've done to show, immediately. I know we all are living our lives on Zoom. I was just telling, my sister who called me, said, my wife called me the Zoom man. So I'm no more the Iron Man. I'm literally living on the clouds. But absolutely, this session, people are looking forward so much, sir.
sure, great, great. That will be great.
So we've not even touched 5 o'clock. It's right 4 o'clock on my
4 o'clock.
watch, and we got 50. I see more people coming in. So without any further ado, probably what we'll do is I'm going to start sharing a little bit of introduction of what we've done in the previous session, but more so on today's session itself. So we'll get started with a little bit of asking you a little poll on that part, and then we'll probably get Jaspal sir, and I'll introduce him as I go ahead. So are we all set to go? A fourth edition of Creative Classroom. Welcome once again. I'm your host and the curator of this entire foundation, Dawood Waid. I just enjoy getting my friends. I enjoy asking you questions, and hopefully at the end of it, we'll do polls. We'll ask each other what is the best medium, which one suits us. It is like a fight between, I've heard a lot of things between wheel and Rin and tide. Each platform has its own benefit, and we've got an expert, so we'll ask him before we go ahead. But a little bit of a little creative test. We call it creative classrooms. So I always say, as teachers, you don't immediately jump into a classroom. You start with what we call the circle time. It could be the 0 hour or the mezzanine hour we call in a classroom. So here's a little game out there for you. Quickly arrange these 7 icons out there. You know them, what they are. These are all the social media icons. So we got 7 icons here. Arrange according to the launch dates. You can write on the chat box. You can just write it on your own. You can decode it in your mind, but at least few answers will be wonderful. So please go ahead and start telling them which came first, which came second, and then we'll see how many of you understand the world of social media. Fantastic. So you see, I hope you know the icons now. If you don't understand the icon, my strong suggestion is you can let's go back to something else. Let's not get into online world at all. No pun intended. Believe me, trust me. I know. I think I should be asking some of you, which world are we living in? Okay, so Sabir, thank you so much. You says YouTube came first. Fair enough. According to Faisal from Kolkata, it's YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Zoom, and Tinder. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Oh, Sangram sir, so much. He's one of the award-winning, sir. I'm so proud to have you here, sir. Okay, Faisal says WhatsApp before Snapchat. Let's see, Faisal. Let me, we have an expert. Anything goes wrong, I have Jaspal sir to fall upon. Don't worry. And any one of you who don't know what Tinder is, thank you so much. If you don't know Tinder, you are safe and sound. Your wife should be very happy there. And if you know, I'm very concerned now. Right. You can see the expression. We should record all your expressions. Thank you, Naila ma'am. You say YouTube, FB. I'll give 30 seconds more. We call it the pounds. So let's see how many of you get it right. Anyone who cannot hear me, I can see a lot of people responding. Please re-log in. There's always an issue sometime. If my voice is low, just re-log in, and probably I'll have some of my friends here who can immediately. I've got a spare device, so I can keep checking around. So not wasting too much of time. Here is the list that you got it. So congratulations to those who got it right. Tinder was the last one. As I said, you can leave 2012, right? Like 2020, not the best year when Tinder's come in, but it started with Facebook. 1998 was when Google was launched, and that's the whole idea. Those who did not know the yellow one, it's a Snapchat. There's so many things happening in the world today. Most of us are unaware. This is not a session on social media, but one request, one suggestion is, as educators, as teachers, choose your social media wisely. Be the voice of social media. Probably I was very active on Twitter until I realized Indian community of teachers are more active on Facebook. But Twitter is a brilliant means to interact. That's a lovely media. And all of you must make your profile on LinkedIn. Couple of things. Again, remember that do not stay on the. There are 7 sins of social media. So Tinder is one of them. You can stay away from it. But this is a little idea. So after I share this, all of you right here. This is a question for you. Now, when were you born? Right? So for a millennial, for them to give you a like, are you the BFB or the AFB? What am I talking about? Are you the before Facebook generation or the after Facebook generation? And Jaspal sir, you will have a big time explaining to it. The before Facebook generation is going to teach the after Facebook generation, and that is where the whole problem comes in. I showed the ink pot, this feather and an ink pot, to some of the kids I was teaching. Yes, there you are. My sister says she's a BFB. And hold on, Razia Didi, I've got something else for you. Your children call you this generation. They call all of us the Jurassic generation, right? They say that we are dealing with dinosaurs. So on that note, hopefully, thank you. I'm going to teach a lot of paleontologists out here that what is the world we're living in. But that's exactly the point here. Trust me, all the gray hairs that we've got, let's make them to the best of use. I've got a very young instructor with me, our mentor for today. I'm going to take the honors of introducing him, Jaspal Singh. Sir, I cannot thank you enough for a short notice. You come on board helping all of us. He's with over a decade and a half, 15 years with Poddar schools, doing almost 120 schools across, and all the education background from Apple teaching from the first. Sir, is that Google Innovative Lab in Gurgaon, the first one? Jaspal, sir, you must add something. I'll let you in.
Yeah. So the thing is that it's there are certain steps for Google certification where Google offers certification to all the educators. So these courses are specially for educators. Anyone who is with schools and all, so they are dealing with that. So we are having levels of Google Educator level 1, level 2. Then they go for Google level, training, and then they go for Google Innovator basically. Previously, when we joined, it was called Google Teachers Academy, but then they changed the name and then it became Google Innovator now. So innovative are the person who use technology in their classroom and bring changes with different subjects. You do experiments with different subjects and then try to integrate technology in the classroom. So there, that is a point where we get into that and we look into other people like uh, how we can help with technology with different subjects, not only like maths and science, because we have plenty of material for them. I love to work with languages because they are the one, they always suffer that part. Uh, so that is a point where I love to work with, especially the languages, because for math, science, we are having English, we are having plenty of material online, but our language teacher, SST teachers, they are the one who are, facing much problems, and they feel like, okay, can we have something? So we just try to do experiments with different, Google tools, and we try to integrate that into the classroom. That's what an innovative means totally already.
Wow, so this is so wonderful. Let me welcome Jaspal, sir. I think there's a presentation. He is expert with Google as much as Apple certified, and hopefully he'll also teach us what Zoom is all about. So, sir, the floor is yours. I think you've got some creative tips and tricks out there, basic ones also. So I'll let you share. Very quickly, just before, a couple of you, Joaria, Galaxy A50, since you cannot hear, I've got some of you just confirming, Faisal and Jaspal, sir, you can hear. All of us can hear each other well. Yeah. So probably just re-log in, please. Probably sometime it does happen that when or your microphone is muted, or perhaps just check these. Sometime it's not even to do with technology, it's something basic things. I'm so sorry if you still cannot hear. This will be recorded. It'll be put on YouTube, so you can still come in. I think there are more people coming. We have got 87 people. I think the basic pro account can only take 100. The time is okay, but we have got, I think, probably, sir, we'll have to take a 500 account now, and that's what we'll do. So over to you, Jaspal, sir, for your entire session on Zoom and Google Meet.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'm really excited about this session. When Daud sir asked me, can I come as a guest here? So I was so excited, and when we have a conversation with him, so we got the point exactly what we have to talk about. It was a wonderful session what we are going to deal with today. Two mega, you can say the mega platform or the giant platform which are rolling out now, but believe me, there are plenty more applications are there, but I will say the main pressure right now is on Zoom, on Google, Google Meet, and on Microsoft Team also. So these are the basic, and you can say the powerful tool right now we are having, on which the most of the world is working right now. There are plenty of other small tools also on which they are working, but these are the giant one what we can talk about. And during my previous sessions with other teachers, I tell them ki I think so education industry or the teachers are the one who are doing too much experiment with these platforms. Other people like the corporates and all, they are just choosing, okay, either we will go to Google Meet, or we will go to Zoom, or we will go to Microsoft Team, and we will just use that platform for meeting purposes or to share some information. But I think so we are the one who are actually education teachers are is the one who are actually, they are going inside the tools, checking what are the top most things what these tools can offer us, whether it's Zoom, whether it's your Meet, whether it's your Teams, and they come up with so many queries every time they ask us, can we do this on Meet, or can we do this on Zoom, and why we should not take Zoom, or why we should not go ahead with Meet and all. Because see, the only funda here is we cannot expect teachers to keep on learning new things. Today I will be introducing you to Zoom, and maybe after a week I will say, okay, Zoom is not working for us, so let's do one thing. Uh, just jump to Google Meet. After some time, I will say, okay, Google Meet is also not working. Let's move to. So this is not the time to do that experiment where we are talking about, teachers are already overburdened. They are like Daud sir just told, before Facebook and after Facebook story. The people who are born before and Facebook, we know that work. I'm a tech freaky guy. I'm just working on this very hard. I love to work with technology and all. That's why I love that part. But I'm not expecting the same thing from everyone here. So we try to give a simple solution where you don't have to learn too much, or it shouldn't be like there's too much of technology coming and it's very difficult for old school teachers to grab that thing. And I believe me, um, I myself love old school teachers, even if I'm a tech free guy, but I love old school because, when we talk about technology also, we are having plenty of options to learn from the old school teachers. The way, the actually backbone of our system, education system, or the way we have to deliver the lectures. If you are asking any old school teachers, they will tell you what they think before they go to class and how to set up their lesson plans and everything, which normally nowadays we after Facebook generation is not understanding that much. I won't say none of them understand, but they are majority of teachers who are, either they are taking help from Google, or they're taking help from YouTube, downloading the resources and just showing making changes and showcasing in the classroom. But old school teachers are the one who has actually worked on the content. They have gone inside that, and they have, brought the beauty of the education or the topic, you can say. Okay, I won't take much time on this lecture. Our lecture is totally different, so I will just jump to that.
So you want
Okay,
me to
hi,
share,
my name
or
is
you will
Pal
share your
Singh.
screen, sir?
Yeah, I will be sharing my screen.
Okay, I'm
It will
just
be easy for me
copying
to
it.
operate from
Yes,
there.
sir.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
great. So my name is Jaspal Singh, and I'm Google Certified Innovator. And yeah, I will just share my screen. It will ask me which one. Okay, great. Right,
Right.
right. Yeah, fine. So my name is Jaspal Singh. I'm Google Certified Innovator and Certified Apple Teacher. I'm also the member of EdTech Team India Trainer. EdTech Team is one of the uh, Google partners, education partners, and they do sessions. They take sessions for teachers globally. And I'm also got the certification from ViewSonic, their first certification I just completed. I'm waiting for their remaining 2 levels to come in, and then hopefully I will do that also. Okay, below is my email ID. If in case afterwards, if you want to connect to me in any case, you can just email me on trivium.it@gmail.com. Okay, let's start with the thing, actual thing. What we are going to talk about, we are talking about Zoom today, and we are going to talk about Meet today. Uh, both the tools, if you ask me, I have worked on both the tools. Even many of you have already worked on both the tools. Both the tools are fantastic tools for teachers or for any person who is working with education right now. Plus, obviously, they are having some problems in this. They are not giving total satisfaction to a teacher when they're working with, because there are certain things which teacher want to do, but these options are not available here. Let's see. So we will be starting with Zoom first, and I will be telling you about some of the best features what Zoom is offering us as a teacher. Please, before I start with this, I will like to make a note that I am not recommending Zoom or not recommending Meet. I will be just telling you about the features of both, and then you can take a call or what you want to work with. Great. So let's start with Zoom. So first, best option what I got in Zoom for teachers. It was called creating a recurring meeting with a saved setting and one URL. What does that mean? It means as a teacher in a classroom when you are working, you don't have to keep on creating a new link every time for your students. one link is created, you are going to share that with your students, and every time the students are going to log in with the same URL. You can lock your students. Okay, if you are having 30 students in your classroom, as soon as they join you, you can lock your meeting key. No other person can join right now, and that profiles will be saved with Zoom. So every time when you're starting that meeting, only 30 students and same particular students will be allowed, and automatically they can join the meeting. So every time you don't have to create the new URL, you don't have to send it to them. Then you have to keep on checking, okay, who is your student and who's not your students. So that problem won't come here. It depending, if you see the picture, it will be like it's written every 7 days, 50 occurrence, like depending upon how many students you are having, you can say that. Every 7 days they are said, but you can make it like every day, or even if you are not sure in a day how many times you're going to work with, so there is an option where you can set key. There's no fixed timing. So depending, in a day you can, with the same ID, you can use it 10 times also with them. This is one of the options which will be when you're doing it with Zoom, logging it with Zoom, it will be under the meeting point. If you can see the profile left hand side, the meeting option, if you go to meeting, it will be under schedule meeting, and then just below the time zone, it will be recurring meeting. So then you can set what is your option. But please remember that in Zoom, certain options are not available for free account. They go for free. You have to pay for them, either for their education or for business purpose. You have to pay them, and then you will get those features. So we will keep on getting those, but I will be telling you all the features, whether it's your free sessions or whether it's a paid one. Both the ways we can work with. Okay.
Right.
Okay, great. Anyone else want to do any
Okay, so
decoration?
this is already a good feature, sir. You're teaching us how do you disable the annotations. So if somebody annotates,
Annotation.
your student is there and who's doing annotation. So there are two things, sir, that I think I'm sure with this Valsa, I just took the liberty of chipping in. I,
Yes, you
I
can. You
had a
can.
big problem when I took a teenage session on Zoom where, it's not by default, but some teenagers would write down. So instead of disable the annotation, I said, name the annotator. So when you put
Right.
name the annotator, पता चल जाता है कौन सा बच्चा परेशानी कर रहा है. So you
Yeah,
can start saying, "Is Zaid, are you doing it? Or is that you, Faisal?" And suddenly you as a teacher have better control. So you can do that also. But
yeah.
hopefully right now we'll disable the annotation.
Right. That's a fun way. I will say, as a teacher, you should give some liberty to your students to do some messy work with your screen. They will do it once, twice, and third time you can be serious. Okay, now no one is going to do that. Let's be serious on this. They will listen to you definitely. But in the beginning, only if you're being very strict with them, definitely they will do something else with your meetings and all. So that's a beautiful feature what they have given as a Zoom, where you can block your students for annotating, or your audience. You can stop their annotation. They cannot write anything on your screen. They cannot do anything on your screen. They can just watch your screen, or whatever annotation you are applying, they can just will be able to see that. All right, just jumping to the new one. The next one is see who attended. This option is very great option for the teachers. Basically, if you want to take attendance for your students, the only drawback here is Zoom will be able to give you only 1 month's maximum for 1 month, whatever attendance you are doing or the meetings you are doing. So if you will see the screen here, it's written, okay, the timings, the topic on which we have taken the meetings, meeting IDs. Click on generate, and it will generate the list who have people who have attended my meeting. So this way you can take easy attendance for your students in your classroom. But again, this option will come under the paid version, so it won't be a free version for you. Under free version, you won't get it. So you have to pay for this option, and then you will get it. But um, yeah, it's a for teachers, again, I will say it's a beautiful tool, because you don't have to ask you, okay, who's present and who's absent today. You just have to take it, and if it is a paid version you are using, so automatically it will take attendance for you, and then you can check who was absent in the things. So if in case you are using a paid version, so it will be under your account management. You have to go to account management, and under that you have to go to meeting report. Then just set your time limit, from which date to which date you want to see, and then click on search. So in 1 month, we were having like 5 meetings, and under 5 meetings, I can click on generate. It will generate a report for me, and I can download it. Uh, all right. Then come next
Okay.
part is
Quick
correct
question,
information
sir, that
from
I'm just
end.
also repeating the questions as you go. So you
Yeah,
keep speaking about the Zoom Pro, which is, I think, the paid account. What's the
yeah.
cost involved, and can we just go ahead? I'm sure, or you want me to add to it, whatever, sir.
Yeah, if you can please add that also option so that our audience can understand that key what will be the costing will be available.
Right.
In case you
So
have that, otherwise I will be doing. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, so basically, I think the only disadvantage, or rather, for the unpaid account, free account, is you get only 40 minutes. It only allows you 2-3 times the liberty to extend, and then it doesn't extend. The paid version is close to around $14, which is around 1,100 rupees. Mostly schools take that couple of account and then they can distribute between their classes. I've not gone beyond that, which is a little higher. So your minimum paid account starts at 1,100 rupees per month, or 1,200 rupees per month. Is that right, sir? Jispal sir? Yeah. So we can
Yes.
go ahead.
Yeah. So that is here I will just add this thing in case schools really need to use Zoom. So I will request you you just need to buy that. It will be a fantastic tool if you are buying, because then you are getting more option for your school itself. Uh, Free version will be a difficult task, and as added here, you can just have 40 minutes lecture, and then in a day you can have only 2 or 3 lectures, not more than that. Then it's very difficult for a school to run like that on a on that limitation part basically. So if you really want to use Zoom and you're serious about it, please buy that plan, and accordingly, depending upon your requirement, what is your requirement, and you can just buy that plan. It's a fantastic tool if you buy that thing. Okay, let's continue with this. We are talking about collecting information from attendees. Now this option, yes, you can use for your students also and your parents also. It will be like a collection of a database what you can have, but other than that, it can also be used for other purpose. Let's say for example, if like sir has done that key, okay fine, if the person is if they want to join this meeting, they need to just register themselves. So once they are registering, automatically we can integrate that registration part with the Zoom. So it will be automatic, the things will be done automatically. I don't have to send a separate link to you or to allow you and all those things. I can do with the registration part whatever I'm getting. These option will work very fantastically, especially when you are dealing with parents and you are doing any online meetings with the parents. Like it can be a PTA meetings, or it can be now we are having this report card system type stuff. Some of the schools are using in that case. So you can always register the parents so that you can allow them very easily in your Zoom. The next one is very important for everyone. What I will request you, that is record the call as video. Now means whenever you are sending a having a meeting or a class, please record your videos or record that entire session. It's very important here. As a teacher, we always talk about, I always request my teachers ki if you're doing so, the best part is coming here ki when you are taking a class. Let's say for example, we are doing online classes right now. You are teaching your kids, they are understanding right now everything, you are sending notes to them, okay, everything is done. Maybe after COVID-19, maybe it will take 1 month or 2 months, the schools will reopen, the students are coming back to your class, and then they will say ki ma'am, the chapter which you taught me 2 months back, I'm having a problem in that. So that is the problem. You have to just repeat the entire session again. That means the the efforts what you are taking now, the same effort you have to take afterwards. So there is no way this online teaching is going to help you. So what is my opinion in this? You record your sessions. So right now, let's say we are in a meeting right now. So as sir is already recording this. So the best part is you record that session. There will be a question answers round with your students. Even that will be getting recorded. And then you can use that video as your flipped classroom methodology. So I won't say that after 2 months, student will not have any doubts as such, but the level of doubts will be reduced to 1 or 2, which you can easily handle by your own also. So this way, I always request whenever teachers are doing a session with the kids, especially the classes and all, I always tell them, please record your session. It will help you in the long run. You can just keep sending the videos to the students back, and they can just they can watch that video 10 times a day also to understand the topic in much better way. And then maybe they can come up with some certain questions which are very easy for you to answer. Or after that, you can attach a you can say Google form with them, which students can fill to understand the topic. So in that case, even you will understand whether the student has got that level of understanding the topic or not. In that case, so that I love this option even in Zoom as well as in Meet or any platform. Whoever, whichever platform is giving you option to record, please record your session. It will help you in a long run. All right,
Okay,
and
so just to add on
Hello,
to what
sir.
Sir said, the recording
Sir,
option, let me know if I'm correct or not, but it's not available from mobile. It has to be a laptop where you can do the recording and then immediately it shows up. Is that right, sir?
yeah, so now the thing is that this will be again coming sometime it will come for paid version premium thing. So you have to go to settings and under recording you have to just activate that part. Yes, you want to record your sessions and it will give you local recording. Two types of recordings are happening here. One, the recording will be on your laptop. The second will be you can do it on cloud also. So when you buy that premium package, so it will tell you ki how much cloud spacing you are having. So if it is going to cloud, it will be easy for you to share with your students. Sorry,
Absolutely.
right? And when you're downloading it on your laptop, so I will just tell you how to use that if you are using on your laptop. So how can you distribute that or share that thing with your students? I think so. One, there is someone who's want to ask something. Yes, you can please ask right now.
yeah, yes, sir. Sorry to interrupt you. I mean, I don't know, am I supposed to ask question in between or not? Sir, we were covering the reports, the meeting reports for the students who have attended the meeting. So,
Right.
does it also have a functionality or implementation where a timestamp is also captured that a time a student has joined the meeting? Because there can be a scenario, suppose if a class duration is 1 hour and the students join the
Yes.
meeting, say around after half an hour. So,
Right.
I mean, many schools cannot consider it as an attendance. People
Right.
can do that. So, yeah, yeah. I hope you
So
got my question.
yeah, I got your question. Ki students, you need to understand ki when the student is joining your meeting, whether beginning or towards the end. Yeah, I totally agree with you. That's the scenario that students will play around with you. That's why I'm saying there is an option like what I just told you about the in last slide regarding regarding this one. So when you generate this, it will tell you exactly what time the student has joined you. So when you generate the reports, it will just tell you ki when the student has joined, at what time they have joined the classroom. So this way you can have a a clear cut picture ki who has attended when or when they have joined in. So that way you can take care of that.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Another option, sir, is when you start a class, you can also stop anybody from attending. So that's also, say, example, you have a 10 minutes leverage for class, the class can continue and then nobody can enter the classroom. Is that possible, sir?
Yeah, you can do that because anyhow you can like they will be asking you the questions ki means like the permission, you can set the permission ki
The
whoever is
waiting room
coming.
can happen. Yes.
Yeah, waiting room can be happen. We are going to deal with that also.
Yes.
But I will make it very simple for you. The problem here will be for you is what students can come up with many queries ki my internet was not working or my device was giving me some problem and that's why I was getting late and all. See, these type of small problems will come in any ways. Even in your schools the students come late in your classroom, say they said ki, okay, I got up late or I got up this thing got crashed or while coming for a bus I missed my bus or train or something like that. So there are excuses for everything. So I will request in case you ask me if you want to have a very good session with your students, so don't put your students in a waiting room. Let them just come in, because if they're coming in waiting room, so you have to just go and accept them to come in the class. So you will be distracting to other things again and again. You are explaining something and someone is there in the waiting room and just you will be okay, I will just allow this person to get in. So for me I will say let them just come in, because anyhow in the this I'm telling you, record your videos and send it back to them. It's simple. So they can just go through that video until and if that is a scene, but students will come 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, and you just keep on accepting them. Yes, come in, come in, come in. So you will get distracted. This is what is happening in school also. If you are teaching something and suddenly some student is coming, sir, may I come in, ma'am, may I come in? So you will
Right.
keep on getting disturbed with that. So I will say to keep your rhythm properly or to keep yourself calm and cool, I think so you should just allow your students to get in. That the same point I just covered in the first part, where we are saying we are fixing the number of people ki yes, these are my students who are going to attend, and I'm giving a common link to them, and then I'm locking my meeting. So no outsider will be able to come in, only that my 30 students, they will be able to join me, and now they can come at random times. It's okay. I can check in my meeting the report card, attendance report card, ki which student is joining when. And maybe in the next meeting I can tell the student ki you came very late, so next time you have to be on time or something like that. So that is the only solution I think. So virtually when you're doing, there are slight changes which you have to just accept. We don't have a choice with that.
Perfect, sir. This is good. I think a lot of people have also commented that this is a very good suggestion. So thank you so much, sir. This is good.
Thank you. Actually, as sir told me, like I was teaching in Podar school from 15 years. So I myself is a teacher. I can understand what educators or teachers are going through right now. I can purely understand that. Sorry, because of this COVID-19, you are missing your classes a lot now. I can understand that. Okay, coming next to that. Zoom is giving you a fantastic tool called Annotation. It's a beautiful tool for everyone. I won't say it's only for maths or science or anyone, but it's beautiful tool for everyone. Everyone will just love that part. In Annotation, whenever you activate that, if you can see my screen, so there is a third option from my right hand side, Annotate. When you click on it, you will get a black bar with all the options. You can write text, you can draw lines, you can put a spotlight, you can erase, you can change the color, you can clean everything, you can save whatever is happened on your screen. So for example, now you will ask me where we can use and how we can use. Now, for example, if this image, you can see on the screen right now, if I just annotate this, I want to put an annotation, and the best part is for maths, let's say, or science, or let's say for even for SST. So I can just explain them about maths. I'm talking about maths, and also I can just say draw a line or highlight something. So it will be easy for you to explain certain things or to draw directly on the canvas where everyone can see that what exactly you are doing. Right. So whatever you are doing, so they will give you like shapes. They are giving you pencil, pen, eraser, designs, you can say, or for maths, you can have your angles and everything you can have in this. Different color, different sizes, everything you will get in this annotation option. It's a beautiful tool. I will just recommend if you are using Zoom. Obviously, you have came across this option called Annotate, but this is a fantastic tool for a teacher. Exactly, I think so. Many teachers are looking forward for annotation tool. But again, now coming back to the problem and the solution here. Problem here is if I'm taking the annotation tool, and if I'm not good with my key mouse, basically, so it will be difficult for me to write, right? And right now I'm just writing Zoom, but it will be difficult for me to write if I want to explain certain things and keep on writing certain things on this. Uh, so whenever this annotation type of stuff is coming on any platform, it will be always better if you are working with your mobile or you are having a PC which is having a touch screen, because in that way you can just touch your screen and you can write whichever way you want. It will be just like your whiteboard or your blackboard in your school, which you can easily control. But with mouse and keyboard, yes, many teachers will have problem. I'm not talking about the people who are from past Facebook, but even now when we are having teachers, latest generation, even they will be having problem in writing with the help of a mouse or using it, a keypad and all. It will be a difficult task. But again, I will tell you, the tool is fantastic to use. In case you just want to write, so you can use text tool also. So I can write Zoom. So I don't have to actually, draw things. But yes, when you're coming to draw, I will recommend either use your touchscreen phone, or you can use touchscreen keyboard, your monitors to work with that. So again, I think so. This is a solid tool for teachers, basically. Okay.
I think on to add to it, sir,
Yeah.
one very interesting thing that we suggested, a teacher can always, I don't recommend, but we can have two devices, one as a
Mhm.
mobile phone to write it down, because
Right.
the writing is rightly, as you said, is a challenge if you write on with your, mouse as such, or else we can go to other whiteboard tools. There are many. You can go to, last time we spoke of whiteboard.fi, no installment, anybody can go in and the teacher can see other students also writing. So
Right.
I like what you said, your point here, having an annotation session itself. Maybe 10 minutes of a class where you allow the students also to annotate. You
Right.
open it up and a teacher can learn so much only by students tinkering around the annotation tab.
Absolutely. That's how actually I will recommend ki every teacher can learn technology, because now even what we are doing, our kids, the new generation, they are really fast and quick in understanding all these tools. So if you allow them to do something, you will be able to understand ki what else you can try with those. You just give 5-10 minutes to your students to try out annotation tool on your screen, and you just sit and relax and just check what they are doing, and whichever part you like, you just ask that student how you did that. So when he will tell you or she will tell you how they have done that, you will be learning that tool very easily. And they will be the one who is going to teach you the tools, and you are the one who will keep on thinking ki how to use that tool in my classroom. So that's the combination of the post Facebook people and
Yes.
after the Facebook people, you can have a great session altogether on that. Okay. Okay. Next one, in Zoom, we are having an option of co-host calls. Right? It's a beautiful tool again. For me, though, all the tools are beautiful because they are having a significant role when you are doing an online teaching in this case. Co-host. Now, what is the role of a co-host? Co-host can be just next to you. Now, like I was saying, I always prefer old school teachers because I learn so many things from them. But now the problem with the old school teachers are with technology was, yes, it's a challenging job for them. So like what I can recommend, this is just a recommendation, it's not a hard core rule, but what I recommend to schools, like, yes, teachers are not tech savvy. We don't expect them to be a tech savvy persons, so what you can do is, like, the presentations we are having, teachers are making presentation, at least that much of every teacher can do, that's not a big deal. But now teachers have made the presentation, and she can have a co-host person, like how Daud sir has started this meeting and he has allowed me to be a co-host. So I'm presenting my presentation to you. The same way, a teacher should be there, or any other person who is good with the technology or tech part, even that can be part of the classroom. Now, the teacher is continuing with her lessons, and the person who is good with technology, they can hold the meetings, or they can hold the presentation, or if any option is going on, so they can hold it from their end. In case you are again, you want the students should come in the waiting room and then only we allow them, so that person can do that job also. The teacher is continuing with their lesson, and the other person, the co-host, can do all these things. They can allow students to get in the classroom. They handle the presentation in much better way, how other teachers are doing. Or in case if I'm like a tech person, if ma'am or let's say Daud sir says, okay, okay sir, on this can you please highlight co-host. So yeah, from my end, I will just start doing that. So I don't have to, yeah. So from my end, I don't have to wait for anything else. I'm say, yeah, co-host, this is the topic, what we are doing, or these are the important points, what we are doing. So I can do that thing for my teacher, and my teacher can take their classes properly without any glitch, without any problem. That way. So that is the place where co-host comes in. Again, co-host option, I think so even that is with the premium package we have, but it's a fantastic tool if you can start with that. The only problem what I saw that when you are doing a Zoom meeting, if you want to use all these options, the co-host, your waiting room, and other options, you need to, before you start your meeting, you have to activate all these things. In the settings option, you have to go and you have to just activate all these things, then you start your meeting. So then you will get all this option. But for example, if I want to have a co-host, but before that I just forget that key, I have to activate that from my settings, and so I have to just first end that meeting. I have to activate the co-host, again come back to the meeting, and then start giving the permission to someone else. So that is what I felt like this is a small problem, because I have to keep on navigate between two platforms altogether, you can say. Settings will be on my Chrome browser and I'm using my app, so it's a little difficult for me. I saw that that is a big problem. But yes, if you are well prepared for yourself, then there is no problem. You can use a co-host in a very beautiful manner. Even if you don't need a tech guy, in case I'm saying in a school we are having 2 3 science teachers, if they are presenting this, one science teacher can handle those queries, and second science teacher can keep on go ahead with the topics. So in that way also we can have. Okay. Okay. I think so. We are getting some problem. Sir, if you can just read that. They
Okay.
cannot hear me.
They cannot hear you. So you are anyone who has a issue, just send a message to me or just put it on the chat. I think we are going ahead. We got another thing for Google Meet also, and a
Right.
couple of. So what I'll do, sir, is I think you've got some of the tricks here. Most of them are fairly common in terms of what most of the experts out here also
Right.
teachers. So there's some tricks that you showed, and I really wanted you to go through that slide, and maybe we can just jump in. I have some pointers.
Yeah.
I'll share that with
Sure. 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 Okay. Great. So fine. Attending waiting room. Okay. We are not
you.
doing
Okay,
that.
we've got the waiting
Just
room
one
part
minute.
of it. Yes. Okay, thank you
Okay.
so much, Sajid sir.
Uh,
If you said you can hear, uh, right?
okay.
Okay, this is where we are.
One minute.
So we are at the right shortcuts. There you are.
I'm just clearing my annotations that it's already working with this.
Okay.
Right. Right.
So can we
So
go a
these are the
slide back?
shortcuts.
Yeah, can we just go one slide back and then? So this is the
This
last
one.
slide sir has on Zoom. I will share something else on Zoom, a little bit of tips for the teachers. And before we go ahead, sir, you have that tips and trick that you want to do. Les Naila ma'am,
Yeah.
if you make somebody co-host, both of you can share the screen and such as adding a question. In fact, you can let
Right.
anybody else share the screen if you make the participants to share. So there are small tools out there. You can make a participant share the screen also, but you will allow them to share the screen beforehand.
Yes. That is the thing what I was talking about. In the settings, you have to give them permission
Yes.
before you start your meeting. In between your meeting, you won't be able to do all these things. Okay, there are few shortcuts which everyone should be knowing that when you are using Zoom, it will be very handy for you. Okay, Mac and Windows I have given you. Now, obviously the screenshot has been taken. In the video, you can just check. This is for I for invite if you want to invite someone, M for mute, and S for to share your screen and all. Okay, so these are the
You just
option
use the
for
mute
Mac
button.
and
Don't worry,
Windows.
sir.
Right. Okay, we are going ahead with
So just
Meet
hold
now.
on. I'm just
I'm
sharing
sorry. Yeah.
a little bit of screen on Zoom. We've just added few pointers. So I think
Right.
there'll be a lot of questions coming in. I realize we'll just complete the Zoom session another 5 to 6 minutes, maybe a little longer. Now you can see my screen out here, and hopefully, so you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Fantastic. So just quickly, just running through basic pointers, which Jaspal already mentioned, but I'm just suggesting because sometimes the basic or the common sense are what we miss out a lot on. Number one is on chat. Most of you are aware of the chat, but there's no shame on saying I don't know. So I did learn a lot in terms of the chat part. Okay, Sangram sir, I'll just mute everybody if no one's muted. So I'll just do Control M, and then that's done. So Control M is done, sir. Just quickly on chat, a lot of you cannot, just go to your chat and you see a small option called file. And after that, there are three dots. When you see more, just do chat to host only. A lot of time chats, especially I do a lot of quizzes. And the quizzes, if the answers are popped out, everybody knows the answer. It's no fun. There is no point. In fact, I had two little kids. So I did a hub schooling session a month back, and they were chatting. So the cousin joined in from Singapore or United States, and he was out here in Mumbai, and they started talking to each other. And yeah, thank you. The mom is already here. So all I had to learn, I learned from my kids that I have to make sure the chat is only host only. Very important. Co-hosts already said. Renaming yourself, please. Thank you so much. I can see a lot of your names here. Galaxy A20, or someone has some really smart names. The idea of renaming is every time your kid comes in, the teacher does not know. Usually I see teacher shout the parent's name, teacher shouts, or Munni ke appa, Munni ke papa. Let's not have that thing. Learn how to rename. Just also three simple dots to rename yourself, isn't it? I think
Yeah.
we all, so just with three dots, we can go to and we rename ourselves. Is that easy? Zoom's not so difficult, isn't it?
Zoom is not difficult. Actually, everything is in front of you.
Right.
That's the easiest part about this.
Okay. So again, just go to your own name wherever you are. Just go to the extreme right-hand corner. I wish I can just immediately share the screen, but I don't want to take too much time. But that's where you start renaming yourself. I don't know if you've seen Jethalal profile picture. So did you see that WhatsApp video of Jethalal? So
The latest one.
the latest one. I'm going to show
Yeah.
that to you. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
going to show that to you. Bear with me. The reason I'm doing it, we just add a little more humor. I see teachers becoming too strict. You see, your
Yeah.
profile picture represents you. A lot of you just have your name. See, I like Jaspal, so he has a logo out there. Some of you can have, but please go to zoom.com, log in with your Gmail ID or whatever ID you said, and please add a profile picture. A good profile picture makes much more, we see a lot of unknown names out there. These are small things I would like to add to. I'll just share, give me a minute and bear with me. I want to show Jethalal to all of you. This is a teacher who got irritated when somebody renamed themselves Jethalal, and it is what we should not do on a Zoom session. So let me see if I can stop the share a minute. I'm resharing the share with you, and I'm going to my computer sound. Another small idea is just share your computer sound, and whenever you do a video, go into YouTube directly, and hopefully you can see this little screen out there. It's a 1-minute video, but this is interesting.
Before I start, yes, who is this Jethalal? Come on the video first. No nuisance in my class, please. Who is Jethalal? I think you all are not aware that we have the right to expel students from the class, and once we expel, we will not allow you to get in the class. Yes, who is this Jethalal? Please come forward fast before I start with my class.
All right, so I'll stop the screen. Say, sir, we still not find who the Jethalal is, but at least we understood what not to do on a Zoom class.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you.
I would have loved this child. I don't know, a lot of our teachers would. I'm sure most of us had teachers like that, and we are not teachers like that one. Please don't be this teacher where, encourage your Jethalals. Encourage. I had children coming in as Shane Warne and Barack Obama and Donald Trump, and I do teenagers classes. All you need to do is yes, thank you so much. So yeah, there are a lot of comments flying in, but this is what I'm asking you to do. Encourage your kids to have a good profile picture, and you have your profile picture, which is good. So 3 more quick sessions on Zoom part. All of you, please, today after the session, go to your zoom.com, go to your menu, go to your profile. Very simple, but change your profiles to better pictures, better ideas, and that's what you do. Sir already gave us a tip. Control M is one of the lifesavers with your lot of children. When you do Control M, everybody gets muted and you don't have to worry about it. We also have Breakaway, breakout rooms, and we also have got polls in Zoom. Again, these are small, like for example, a breakout room, sir. We will not do it because of the paucity of time right now. But a breakout room is, if you have got a class of 15, you can break them into say 7 or 8. And the best part is Zoom allows you to do it automatically. They're small for 2 minutes videos. I'm going to share in the Creative Classroom WhatsApp group that all of you are part of, so you know that we have got in other groups that you have come in. But just make sure that you use these features hands-on. Do not be afraid. I don't know so much of Zoom, and that's why I have Jaspal sir holding my back. I would really flounder some small ones. If you want to pause your share, like I want to pause my share, I want to go and check my file, I just do Control P and my share is paused. I'm going away, but you can't see I'm going away. Very simple. Another very simple tip I learned from some of the schools out there is, don't use alphanumeric codes for your passwords. Today, if you see your password today was Zoom. So all a parent or a teacher needs to know that, of course, the link is very easy, but you still need to have the number, an 8-digit code. But the password, at least, उतना तो याद कम करें हम लोग. इतनी already रट मार के हम लोग याद कर रट्टा कर रहे हैं. So that's it. Yes, Mursaleen sir, some of the features, as Jaspal said, breakout room is on a paid version. But trust me, as a school, I recommend every school, irrespective, individual, small school, big school, take one account, which is 1,200 rupees a month. But trust me, you can share the password with your teachers, and that is so much you can do around it. So that's the last 2 things. Yeah, I tried a lot of virtual background. पीछे वो झाड़ आ जाते हैं और वो खूबसूरत. But then I realized if you wear a green, you are almost see-through. There's so many fun pictures I would like to share, but don't do that, isn't it, sir?
Absolutely, I don't recommend like virtual backgrounds to anyone until unless it's very necessary for you to do that. Otherwise, please don't use that. It's very funny, actually, and kids keep on setting snapshot, you know that when you are online, there are shortcut keys on your every keyboard and everywhere. So they just keep on taking a snapshot, and then they will make your memes, and they will keep on circulating. This is how my teacher look like when they're online and all.
So if you want to be
So yeah,
popular, as Jaspal sir says, your memes will be all on Twitter and Instagram. By the way,
yes,
other day, sir, I asked the kids that what's your Instagram account? वो हंसने लगे मेरे पे. And they said, I said, मैंने क्या गलत कह दिया? They said, we don't call it Instagram. We know you are the BFG. We call it
yeah,
the gram. So,
Graph. I think
sir,
um,
right.
they are just looking at make it
So are you on the
complicated
gram,
things.
sir, then?
No, I'm not there on.
So sir is with us.
Actually, you
हमारे
know
साथ
what?
dinosaur generation में ही है.
No. Actually, what I do is like whenever the new things are coming which are popular, I just go into that, understand the
Right.
concept, what exactly those things are, and just come out of that.
No, no,
Even
sir.
for TikTok, I just went in, understand what is it, and came out. Because when students are talking to you in technology language,
Yes.
sir, are you on Instagram? Do you know what is this one? So I should be aware of those things. That's why I just go deep inside for everything. Check their settings, what their permission they are setting. Basically, not for fun, but to understand the concept, what the app is giving you. So it will be easy for everyone to understand the security reasons, what security clause they are having, and everything. All these things are very matter. People think like I can download any app and use it like that, but
Yes.
before that, you should read the security clauses.
Okay. So on the security part, thank you for bringing that up. One last answer on Zoom, and we go to Google Meet, and then I have a poll at the end of the session. Is Zoom secure hai, nahi hai? A lot of questions came in. Sir, I've been using Zoom for a quite number of time. You know it. So please remember, all the apps take your data. अगर आप इंडिया के न्यूक्लियर सबमरीन के कोड शेयर करें तो Zoom मत यूज कीजिएगा. Otherwise, it's absolutely okay to do that.
Obviously, as a teacher who is going to take your lectures, what they are going to do with that. But still, what I recommend is, you go for a paid version, because in paid version they are giving more security. That will be the best part you can go, because obviously when you are paying, so obviously they will take care of you, in a very systematic manner in every platform. I'm saying when something is free, so obviously there is no liability of them. So they will say, okay, हमने free कर दिया, you took it. But when you're paying them, you can always hold them out.
Right. And Google is not paying, or Zoom is not paying me and Jaspal sir for endorsing it. So please, but however, just on one point again, Google Suite or Zoom for Education, it's a little longer process, but yeah, you can apply as an education institute and you will get it a free option. So both Google Suite and Zoom for Education, is that right, sir? For an education institute,
Absolutely.
go for it.
It should. They are working because every company is having their funda. It's like every company has taxes. They have to do social work. So for education, they are making everything free, and then they count it as like, yes, we are doing this social service. So that's why you get all these things free for your institutes and all. But for this, yes, your institute should be registered properly. You should have all your papers, because before they give you all these rights, they will check everything thoroughly, which you have to apply like that.
Okay. We'll go. I know we are overshooting our time. All of you who have to go for your classes or anything else, you can leave. Will not feel. I'll share the recording also. But sir, we have got a Google Meet, so let's do that, a quick one for Google Meet, and then we'll go ahead with it. Please,
Sure.
the floor is
Let's
yours.
start. Yeah. Right. Okay. So this is the shortcut keys which you can help out, and there are plenty more. You can just check it out. But these are very handy for us, as we need to use them every time. Okay, coming back to your Google Meet. Sorry. So I will just go through these simple options. Some of them are we have already done in Zoom. It's the same platform where you can have students virtually. The benefit of this is you can have unlimited numbers of meeting in a day. You can continuously, you can keep on going. Right now till 30th of this month, or I think so for till September, they are giving you free. So you can 24/7 you can be online on a Google Meet. There is no deadline for that. Right now it's free, and it will be on your personal accounts as well on Gmail. So now they have changed to Google Meet, so you can use on that also. Okay. There is an option, beautiful option called captions. Captions means whenever you are speaking, like the way I'm speaking, it will keep on typing the same words for me. So if the students are having problem in hearing, let's say they will say, we cannot hear you, sir, or my speakers are not working, at least they can read the caption below and they can understand what you're talking about. So they will not ask you to sir, check your mic or something like that. The captions will keep on coming for them. It's just like on YouTube, you are having a caption, the lines are coming for you. again, both the platforms are compatible with all the devices, whether it's laptop, iPad, whether it's your Mac, whatever it is, all the platforms, it will work for you. Video and audio preview screens we are having in this. Why I like Meet more, because obviously it comes with Google security, one, and secondly, it has a beautiful feature when they share the information. I will just show you that thing. Then they are having certain options where you can set your layout of your screen, like just how we are doing in our Zoom. Same way, they are having certain screen sharing screen setting options, how you want the entire thing to be look like. The controls here are totally with the host. They can mute, they can throw anyone out of the meeting, and yeah, so these two things are mainly actually what host can do. There is no option of co-host in this. That's number one. Number two, in Zoom I can mute and unmute anyone, but in Google Meet I can just mute the person. Unmuting will be done by the person itself. I cannot unmute them. Unmuting, they have to do it from their end. Screen sharing with the participants is exactly like how we are sharing right now, where the PPT is shared and everyone can see that, and you can message with the participant. Now, there is again difference here with the Google Meet and Zoom. In Zoom, you can send a private message on the same chat box, but in Meet, whatever you're typing, it will go to the whole audience, whoever is joining your Meet. That is one of the problems what Meet is having. But as I was telling you, the best option with the screen sharing, when we are sharing our screen from Zoom, it asks the window, which window you want to share. And when I'm doing anything, it will be visible to everyone. Whereas in Google Meet, I'm having three options: whether I want to show them everything, the entire screen, whatever is happening on my screen, whether I can fix them to a window, or whether I can go with any Chrome tab. So tabs are like small tabs which are open on top. And if I want, okay, on one tab I'm having my PPT, on another tab I'm having my notes, reference note, and I don't want to show it to my kids, so I can make it key, okay, my students will be looking at my screen right now, the PPT, and I can jump to my notes, and I can just refer to them, and I can explain the students in much better way. So this is a fantastic tool. What I love about Meet, because in many meetings my audience are fixed to my PPT, but I'm working on something else. So they are just looking at my screen, nothing else. So they are fixed to my PPTs actually. Okay, another best part about Google Meet is you can set the video quality here. What type of video quality you need here. It's giving you two options. One is to send and one is to receive. Means your video, in which what will be the video quality of that video. If other person are looking at you, what will be the quality. Now why this is so important, because I have came across with many queries with teachers. They are saying our school says कि I have to be online, let's say 4 to 5 hours a day. वो बोलते हैं कि मेरा एक दिन में ही मेरा full internet pack खत्म हो जाता है. So what I can say is, if you don't have anything in detail to show the kids, you can always go with the standard size, that is 360p. Don't go for HD quality. Same way, when I'm receiving the video that is from my kids who are there online right now, if I want, yes, my kids are there, I don't want to see them, in receiving resolution I can make it to audio also. And this way also, uploading and downloading, these are the two things we use in computer terms, uploading and downloading. So the pressure on your internet will be very less when you play around with the video qualities here. So this can save a lot of internet for you guys actually.
Correct. Just a quick question. So
Yeah.
the caption will be auto, like how YouTube you have captions. So Vaji sir is asking a question. So yes, the caption will be auto.
Yeah,
Caption.
so I'm on that only. Yeah, I'm on that only. Actually,
Oh,
you
yes.
just have to, on your window, you just have to click on that CC option, that is turn on caption and turn off caption. So you just have to click and it will be done. It will be on the same screen actually you will have. So you don't have to go somewhere else. Okay, now, as I was telling you, in Zoom, we are having plenty of options available inbuilt, but in Google Meet, we don't have those options. So for that, what we are getting is, we are getting a Chrome extensions, which give power to your Google Meet, right? The first one is Google Meet Grid View. This will help you in looking at a larger picture, where if you're having, even if you're having 20, 25, 30 teachers also, you can view on one screen. The second one is virtual background. Inbuilt Google Meet doesn't have a virtual background, but you can add this thing and you can have a good virtual background like Zoom, what you're having. but this option doesn't work properly. It will just keep on cropping you also. So I don't recommend this to anyone, but yes, option is still there. This is a fantastic option, that is push to talk. Now if your students are adding this option, so what's happening is whoever is joining your meeting, everyone will be muted automatically. And if your student wants to ask you something or they want to say you something, they need to press the space bar key and then they have to talk. As soon as they release the space bar key, again the mic will be muted. So it will be just a walkie talkie, you know, you just press a button and you speak something, you release the button, so you won't be able to say anything on that. So this push to talk is a fantastic tool for teachers as well as for students basically. Google Meet Party is it's just like a, you will get sparkles in between on your screen basically. If someone is having a happy birthday, you can just celebrate your birthday on that. You can spread sparkles here. Meet Attendance, again, this is a fantastic tool from taking attendance. In this, you don't have to tell your students anything. You just have to click a button and automatically it will generate a copy for you where it will tell you how many students are sitting in this in your classroom. So now again, as there was a question in Zoom, ki what if the students are coming late? So what happens, your students can come in the beginning and then they, after 15-20 minutes, they just leave the meeting. And again, obviously I cannot expect you to search for your student who left the meeting. But in Meet Attendance, what will happen, as soon as you keep on clicking the icon, it will take the attendance at that time, ki how many students are there. So after, let's say if you're having 1 hour class, after every 15 minutes, even in your explanation, you just have to click on the button. You click on the button, it will take attendance for you. So after every 15 minutes, if you're taking to in 1 hour, 4 times you have took the attendance, and then you can cross check who was there at all the times basically. So you can just randomize your time and change attendance. Okay, coming back to the last option, Google Meet Plus. This is something like annotation basically. It will give you a whiteboard where you can play around with dots and you can empower your teacher to write, to type, to draw all the things on your board basically. So in Google Meet, you don't have a whiteboard. So if you want to use a whiteboard, you need to download extension, that is Google Meet Plus, to use it. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, that's my contact address. In case you have any queries, anything, you can just contact me anytime. No issues with that. My phone number is mentioned. If it is really urgent for you, then you can give me a call. Otherwise, you can WhatsApp me on this number. That's okay with me.
Right.
Sir, over to you, and a beautiful decoration here.
No, thank you so much,
And
sir. I think this is
thank you.
annotation. So we thank the annotator for telling us. So we make sure our sessions are on crisp time, 1 hour, I promise you. So thank you so much, Jispal sir. It was it was very thoughtful that now the main point about any meeting or any conversation is not just teaching you, but also the fact that we have to talk about what can we make it better. It will leave us more conversation, and that's the whole idea of these conversations, that now you will look at control M, you'll do the annotations, you'll change a lot of things. So we are going to do that. On one last note, I have a little game out there. So I'm going to disable the participant connotation. I can actually find out who's doing it, but I don't want to embarrass anybody. So I'm seeing the share right now. So you know how a teacher is. I don't want to be the Jethalal teacher right here. A quick pointer, very quick. The only thing I saw 80, 90 participants for technical meet, and I'm very happy with that. We had a language or a book quiz last week, and I only saw 20 people coming in. So it's my way of understanding that what is required. You can quickly go to a new tool. I'm sure a lot of you using it. Absolutely fine. It's called menti.com. For you and me, it's free for 3-time users, and you can reuse it. You know how Indians innovation is important, so you can redo it and change all of it. You can go to menti.com. They're absolutely fine. Do not worry. The ones just go to menti.com and put the code in. I'll go to Jaspal sir and the point that he's mentioning about. Let me know what would you like to have for the next week or a week later session. There is one on English language. I want to see. So just put the code. If you can see the code, it's 659997. Right? It's 659997. Just go. There are 4 options. Immediately. So you want to hear about assessments, self-assessment, peer assessment, all online. English language, that's number 1. Number 2, you want to have a quiz for the teachers, number 3, or a journalistic session on multiple intelligence. Just any of the 4. That's what we do. We have no other option. So in the 4, just let's see. It's a polling option. I recommend you use a lot of polls for your children. It's fun. It's interactive. We do one Menti almost every session. So this is a new one. Just go ahead, and then I'll quickly take 1 or 2 questions, and we close the session at probably before my wife comes in and says your tea is over. You'll not get tea anymore. All right, that's nice. See, the beauty of it is you can see the screen is going ahead. I got assessment with all the answers. I got teachers quiz coming in. English language, I know no one loves English language. All right, fair enough. But okay, more assessments, more assessments. Sabko exam leni hai. What is this? So
That's
all
not
right,
only seen actually Daud, in assessment also, teachers are not looking too much in formative assessment, they are looking at summative assessments.
lovely, sir. I think
I
I
will
take your
just say,
point here. Go ahead, sir. So
so
summative assessments.
yeah, so they are looking at something which can correct their summatives. In summatives, yes, there is a problem. Teachers, again I'm saying, there is no machine till now. We need a actually really solid or strong AI to work with your summative assessments. But for formatives, there are plenty of tools which you will love to work with. And I always work with Google Forms, which are having everything inbuilt with Google security and everything. Always I prefer Google products because they give you everything in that case. They are having Meet also, they are having Docs also,
Right.
and all those things. And one
So
of the
you
things, if
just answered, sorry to interrupt, you just answered
yeah,
one of the questions from Shepherd Park, Delhi. Sabha ma'am, that's the question. Where do you answer? Oh, that's your son, sir. It's nice to see him. Right. You should use a
he
lot of
always
Google
comes in.
Classroom. And I think, if we make a poll on asking Jaspal sir to come again and do a Google Classroom session for us. So Google Meet is where you converse. It's an extension, a hangout that we learned with. But Classroom is more like where you put your tools in, you put your forms in, you put your quizzes, your PowerPoints, your videos. It's a world out there. So hopefully we'll do one of the sessions on Google Classroom, sir.
Definitely, I will look forward for that
Sir, एक
also.
बार पकड़े गए तो छोड़ते नहीं इतने जल्दी हम लोग आपको.
I love that part. Don't worry. Even I love to, help teachers in this crisis. Obviously, we can give whatever we can, whatever knowledge we can have, or whatever ideas we can have. We can always share with them. Ow,
All right.
them.
On that
Right.
note, thank you so much. I'm seeing the wavelength changing on our session. So you still can go and do menti.com. I will not close this. I'll only close the session, but we can see the pointers and I'll share the final summary. But it seems assessments and MI theory is winning over teachers quiz in English language. By the way, tomorrow we've got a teachers quiz coming. It's a fun quiz for teachers. I'll share the link to most of you who wanted. You have my number and email address. Until then, thank you so much once again, Jaspal sir. I'm really honored and privileged to have you here. Apple certified. This is the closest I've come to an Apple product, sir. Apple certified teacher now. So
I'm working on my Microsoft also. Maybe by next time, whenever I'm having a meeting with you, by that time I will be completing my Microsoft certification also. Let's see how it goes.
right. So ये हमारे जेफ बेजोस भी हैं, ये सुंदर पिच्चे भी हमारे, right? So Zoom के कौन है? Eric Yuan. So there you are. Thank you so much everybody for making this a session worthwhile. Oh, sorry, Shivani ma'am had a very, so there was a question beginning. What about WebEx? Is this a good tool over Zoom or Meet? There was a question that I forgot. We'll take one last question, please.
Yeah, there are options of WebEx also. Even they are the fantastic tools. But sorry, I have not worked on it. But I have listened to the people who have worked on it. It's a free tool. It's one of the best tools which even people are working with. Teachers are working with. They came across with many times they have told us that they are using WebEx, and it's a nice tool altogether. But I have never worked on it. I will tell you very frankly, I never explored it. But yes, now as a demand comes, I think so I have to work on that also. So let's maybe soon I will be able to help you out with that case also.
Thank you so much, sir, and thanks. Madhya ma'am said she really loved and enjoyed the session. So thank you so much, all of you. Wonderful to have you, and hopefully we can take more sessions and such, and it just benefits the teachers community. Once
Yeah,
again,
absolutely.
everybody, and thank you so much, sir, personally for joining in on such a short notice and making this wonderful session.
Thank you for your call. Thank you very much. Take
All
care.
right, bye bye, everybody. Hope to see you again next time.
Sure. Bye.